All right, let's go. Okay, those are my downbeats. So box. Let's make all of those flashes. It's going to be, let's actually go to Q out real fast. Those are my downbeats. Down intro. That's going to be group 17, I think it is. Group 17 full. Yeah, group 17. G17 full. Oh, focus valve, that's not what we want. Full. And then group 17 out. That's not what we want. Out. There we go. So that's going to be a flash, and we're going to copy various to selected, and we're going to say that's going to be macro 1 and 2. What is the timing we want? We want it to be a lot shorter than that, so let's take our timing 10 frames maybe. That should be good. We'll see what that looks like. Bias, no bias for now. Create. Okay. Copy various to selected just so that we can see what's going on. We don't necessarily need to do that, but just so that we have the visual indication. Then we will go ahead and turn linking on. Copy. Okay, Shift L a couple times. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then we can just do box, Shift D. This will be our, I think it's group 19 is the other one. Group 19 is the top. Magic Min complete. And now copy various to selected. This is going to be up intro. Copy over again. Okay. What did I do wrong here? This one, down intro, 19. Why did this get changed over? Should be 17 still. Should be 1. Should be 2. Messed something up. I don't know what I did. Okay, now let's take this one Let's actually just make them a lot bigger. It's quick and dirty for now. Shoot. Unlink. You're not a motif. Unlink. You're not a motif. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Now find a new one. Go. Okay. You find a new one. Go. I have a feeling these are going to need to actually have strong negative biases. And also bump to the left with the shift L. Let's re-record that. Okay. Let's re-record that one too. Let's see what that does. Oh no. What happened? Control save. There we go. What if we made this one like super long? Go. This thing is so slow. Yeah, this computer over here is kind of slow. By the way, I have a desktop over here and a laptop over here. They're only connected via Wi-Fi. There's no like timecode cable or anything. Excellent. Okay. So we can do that for now. Now we're going to bring in a queue, I guess, because why not? Let's get in some direct selects. I could bring out my iPad, but I really want to just use the main stuff. Main stage spots full. Let's put those on. Let's make color palette 1 be white. Let's take all. Do I have one that's all full? Let's make you white. Do I have linking on? Yeah. Go ahead and make that color palette. Okay, good. Out. All out. So I don't have Augment 3D running right now. I'm not really doing that. I'm just doing a demo. But yeah, let's grab this group, main stage spots, full. Color palette 1. That's not really white, is it? Because this one has a funky extra 2 types of color in it. So let's just home the color. Record color palette 1. There you go. Okay, that's better. So we're going to record Q1. There we go, confirm. Then let's go over here and make a Q. It's going to be Q1. I'm not going to arm live map just yet, but actually let's make a duplicate over here. It's going to be Q1. Let's actually record this as 2 and then go to Q out, record 1, confirm. So you're Q1, arm live map now, and then you're Q2. So let's watch this. Why did Q2 not come in? Go to Q2. Okay, we need to, I guess, re-record over 2 since it just didn't do what it was supposed to. Full record over. Thank you. Okay, I don't know why it's using that timing. It shouldn't be. Okay, now that's working pretty okay, but we need to make the lower zips color palette 1. Record over. Record Q1. That's good. And we want to make this really short, so like that long. Or we need to use Magic Min again, sorry. What did I do? There we go. Okay, now we're gonna do, I guess, both of the ones for like a base, I guess. Or let's do the ground row. Let's use those. Let's put me over here. There we go, that's better. And like, I'm not doing an actual design here, I'm just doing like a demonstration for technical purposes. I don't know why this won't let me. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go into that queue. These blue ones are queues. So, like, right there. Then up here, we're going to start adding in the kicks. So, with the O key, and we have the up turned off. That's about as much of that as I want, I think. So we're going to select that and select the other whites and make, because I don't have any other whites in this sequence, we're going to make that duration 7. We're going to copy that over. We're going to say C for @channel 4. There we go. Then these are going to become flashes. We're going to say, what group is that? That is 18. Group 18 full. Whoops, we can't do that. We have to do this. Here we go. Group 18 out. There we go. And search for one. Bias. I don't care about bias. And go ahead and build. Once that's done, we will copy that over to the others with copy various to selected. Like so. Now we'll watch that. Okay, let's take those. Deselect all. Box select these. U for up. And then Shift L a couple times. Since it has that lag. Now let's add in some like stutters here. Not stutters, but like some extra beats here. Like da da da. Da da Duh. Duh. Will that work? Okay, that's good. I feel like this one can be a little bit to the right. Let's actually scale this just a tad. Like so. Maybe left, actually. Let's make this one different, make this one longer. Make this a new one. But it's the same one, and make the bias a little bit over here. Go. Okay. Why was that not what we wanted? Hide that one. I don't know why that didn't do what I wanted. Try that again. I think it's because the other ones are screwing around with it. It's just too many commands going in at the same time. Oh, I know why it is. I need to hit enter there. There we go, that's better. And we can go Alt-H to unhide that, or that button there. Let's go recreate that one. Okay, let's see what that looks like. What if we said these are only going to be 50? Whoops, that's not what we want. Space. There we go. Go ahead and re-record that. See what that does. And make the bias. Whoops, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad. Make the bias over here really strong. And rebuild. So we're going to make the first ones like not as bright as the second one. As the second more dynamic, the second brighter one. Da 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 da. Left. So this is a scenario where you probably wouldn't want the house lights on. So we're going to turn that off. Because if this were an actual theater, that's going to be extremely annoying. That looks pretty decent for now. Definitely workshop it if this were for real. But that looks pretty decent for now. We can condense that a little bit. So let's see what we have so far. Like, obviously this is pretty simple. Like, I'm not doing anything like super extravagant. I'm just demonstrating the time coding precision that we can get with this. And how easy it is to do this. That one missed. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. What do we want to do next? So what if we did like 2, 2, 2, 2, then all? Duh, duh, duh. There's one. Okay, so let's add some more strips here. Da, 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 da. Then that's your final GUI, that one. These are going to be, what are these going to be? These are going to be doubles, I think. So we have 4 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll figure it out. So like this one is going to be, these are all going to be flashes. The first one is going to be 48 through 49. So 48 through 49 F full. And these are going to actually be let's leave it with no down. Let's just do the flash up, and that'll be it for now. Well, you know what? No. Let's bring him down to 40 through 49 and out. Good. And then up here it's going to be 60 through 61. Channel 60 through 61 and out. And like I did all this kind of typo stuff, like no spaces where there should be spaces, but it still works. So that's the beauty of this programming stuff I did. Then we have, say, 52. Yeah, 52 through 53. Then 52 through 53 at out. Okay. Then it's going to be 57 through 58. Good. 57 through 58 at full. At out, sorry. And out, you can, again, you can type in out there, and it still changes it to 0, even though if you type that directly into the command line, it would just go instantly out. But with this, it just automatically knows that a flash needs to be 0, not out. The word. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Then this one is going to be 62 through 75 at full. And it just automatically fills in at full. I don't know why I was typing that in previously, but it does do that. Yeah, you don't even need to type in. You don't even need to type in the at out or at full. I forgot about that, but that's pretty cool, I guess. Create that. Now we need to create all the macros. We need to use Magic Min for all these, so that's going to take a couple seconds. Kind of sucks. Like if ETC decided to fix their timecode event list stuff, this would be a whole lot easier. We wouldn't have to do all this Magic Min stuff. There'd still be some Magic Min, but a lot of the Magic Min would become obsolete if they just fixed their stuff so that it's smarter and can handle more types of events. Because with like Grand MA, it just records everything that happens when you're doing timecode learning. But EOS, it only records very specific actions. It only records macros, submasters, or queues. Those are the only 3 things its learning algorithm can record. And that's why we have to do so much Magic Min stuff in the middle of design. Here we go. Okay, why did it do 49 there? This is supposed to be... Let's try that again. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. That's good. But we need to take all this again and move it to the left quite a ways. There we go. So for this symbol, let's actually make this an animation just for fun. We're going to make this, what group is that? Low zips is group 17. So group 17. We're going to just do an intensity effect. We're only messing with intensity right now because I don't really feel like doing other stuff right now. We're just messing with intensity for now. So we're going to go to start frame, say keyframe. You go to the middle, take that all the way up. We're going to go to end frame. I don't know why this is expanded. End frame, down, keyframe. Okay, let's make it longer. And let's make it come over here a little ways. And let's see that on the graph editor. Why is that black? That's weird. GX. Okay, so we need audio scrubbing. Hold on. Playback. Audio scrubbing. There it is. That's the peak right there. Grab X. Right there. Down arrow to go to the last keyframe. Then up arrow to go to the middle. Then the next up arrow to go over there. I'm going to grab this out. GX. Let's go to end frame. GX. Okay. That's your peak right there. So I kind of want to do this. Let's add a couple more right there and right there. Let's give it like a little bit of spice. And scale. Actually, hold on. Scale on the X. Hold on. Scale on the Y. Maybe that's what I want to do. That's not what I want to do. I want to scale on the X. That's what we want to do, right there, yeah. Let's get rid of this one, X, enter. Oh, this is what I wanted to do. Grab Y. There we go. That's what we want. We don't want it to fall off so suddenly, because it's kind of jarring. That's good. I like that. Let's actually add another keyframe there. Kind of let it not fall off so suddenly. What if we actually kept it all the way back over here? GX. Important thing to remember is that this animation data only works for as long as it has a strip. That's good. I like that. Let's look at it in sequence. Why is this one not falling out? 61 through 60 through 61 at 0. Oh, because it has the animation. So when we have animation strips anywhere vertically on the sequencer, it kind of overshadows the little triggers because this thing is sending so many messages to EOS that it can't really hear the one little message that comes from the flash command. So that's another reason why we do the bake animation to cues. So we're going to go ahead and do that now since I'm pretty happy with that curve. And that is why these last ones over here, the 60 through 61, is having a hard time getting back down, is because of this animation strip basically spamming EOS. Big animation to cues, we're going to use the same event list we used last time. And okay. This will take a couple minutes, but we're going to go ahead and go. I'm not going to touch the mouse this time because last time that messed everything up. And there it goes again. That's okay. It's supposed to redraw the UI every frame, but for whatever reason it's not working right now on this computer. It works just fine on the newer computer, but not so much on the older computer. So yeah, like why would you use the animation graph editor for real world stuff? It's because you have that much higher precision of control there that you just can't really get with traditional lighting software. Like Blender's been going at it for 30 years, making their graph editor tool the best it can possibly be, and the feature set of Blender is extremely dependent on stuff like graph editor. So the graph editor is really robust. So when you look at lighting softwares that are only just now starting to kind of get into graph editing stuff, they're 30 years behind. So if we sort of get a piggyback ride on Blender, then like we're 30 years ahead of everybody else, almost. Alright, so we did the bake animation to cues. Now we need to create a enable cue with macro 100, whatever. Go ahead and create. I'm pretty sure this cue does exist now because of the last video I did. Okay. And then let's do, what is that disable cue? Disable cue 209, whatever. No, 20. Because that's what I did last time. And with macro 101. Doesn't really matter right now because I'm not actually doing a show. If I were actually doing a show, these numbers would matter and these cues would already exist. Like these are the cues that we're using. Well, it actually doesn't really. When we go over here, that's when these exact numbers actually matter. But when we're just doing this, this is just for background stuff. So it's basically just any macro that doesn't already exist on the console or in the sequencer. You're never going to be interacting with that macro though, for the most part. Go ahead and create. Again, the purpose of this is to get all of that F-curve graph editor data over into the console's hard drive. Alright, we should be good to go now. And it no work. Okay, why didn't it work? Worked that time. Why didn't it work the first time? Okay, well, it worked that time. This OSD stuff isn't as reliable as it could be, so that's a cause of some not as reliable issues. Yeah, we just failed again. But that's why we have stuff like this right here, so we can just put everything, dump it either via thumb drive or via timecode learning. So like if you have a lot of stuff dropping out, you probably don't want to use the learning, you probably want to use this. the CIA import USIT T ASCII, because that should have went. Okay. Yeah, I hope that the software will get better over time as far as the reliability issues are concerned, with it not firing when it's supposed to, like missing packets. But that's a work in progress. So what else can we show here? Let's do an offset effect here. What offset? Where's a good opportunity for an offset effect? It missed it again. It just keeps missing it. Why do you keep missing, dude? Unhide. Alright, so what's been bothering me is that one needs to be 56 and 57, not 57 and 58. So let's grab you 56 through 57. Again, we don't have to type in at full every time. Go ahead and re-record that with Magic Min. Okay. Good. I'm gonna hit disable all clocks. Turn that off since I don't have, because I don't want to, like, you know, if you have that clock started and you're like working over here for whatever reason it started, you don't want to have to go all the way back here to try to find which one it is. You want to be able to just hit disable all clocks on that menu there. So that's what that is. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Anyway, we want to add an offset effect. That's right. Let's skip to another section here. So this effect here, what do we want to do for this? Let's do like a chase. Let's do a chase, yeah. It's about the length of it. Let's make this a trigger. Start argument is 75. At full sneak time 0.3 enter. So it's 75 at full sneak time 0.3 enter to give it a duration of 0.3. Then the offset friends are going to be 75 through 61. And then 60 through 56. And the order there does matter, like in MA. Hold on, that didn't do what I thought it would. Um, 75 through 61. Oh, I need to go to 48. 75 through 62, comma, 48 through 61, comma, 62 through 57. That's what we want. That's more or less where we want, but we need to Shift D, duplicate that. Or we can actually just say add strip. I don't know why it adds it so high. It shouldn't. But now we're going to add make it an actual chase. So this is going to be at 0. And this actually does need to be 0 because it's not going to automatically replace out. So here we go. So that needs to be to the right a little bit because we can't even see it. It's too fast. They both need to be significantly shorter. So let's make that 35. 35. They still need to be shorter. 25. It's probably going to start skipping frames now. 25, 25. Yeah, that's pretty close to what we want. What if we did 30? We can kind of compensate by just shifting them to the left a little bit. A little bit more to the left. That was actually pretty good. Let's go ahead and Shift D. Now we want this one to be, go ahead and X that. Actually, no, don't X that. We want to select this one, and our offset friends should instead now be, we ended at 57, right? Yeah, so we want to start at 61. So 61 through 48. And then it's 61 at full sneak time, 0.3 enter. 61 through 48. Yeah, and then we want 62 through 75. 62 through 75. And then 75 through 71. 75 through 71. And then we should duplicate X, Shift U, and then make this at 0. At 0. There. See what that does. So that did not do what we wanted. Why? Is it because of these spaces here? Probably. Let's try that. Alright, why is this not doing what I want it to do? Oh, because I didn't do this. I need to do that one too. I think that was the issue though. You can't have this, it needs those spaces. That actually looks pretty cool. Now we can take this, Shift D it. Ooh, what if we did this instead? What if we did start at 48 to 54, along with 75 through 69? Let's do that. Oh, grab. Trigger. We're starting with 48 at full sneak time 0.3, enter. And we want to do 48 through 54. In parentheses, along with, open, close, 75 through 69, enter. Let's see what that does. Ooh, this is going to be so cool. Shift D at out. It's too slow. Do I have AV Sync on? No. Why is it so slow? Let's do that. That duration is now 11. No, this is 11 too. Yeah, I like that. I know it's going to look good if it actually ran smoothly, but we really like that. We want to do this again, but only reversed. So 54 through 48. And then 69 through 75. That's that one. So do the same thing over here. It's 54 through 68, right? 54 through 48. And then 69 through 75. Okay. Let's make these all longer so that we can actually see what's going on. Oh, God. Duration 30. I wish this thing worked better. Once we have the other software, it'll work a lot better. But that's not necessarily public release, at least not yet. Let's try it now. But you get the idea. It's supposed to go like there, and then there, there, there. I think it might be a CPU issue preventing it from working, but once this software works a little bit better, that will be phenomenal. But that's like a good practical use of the offsetters. Yeah, it's not quite keeping up, unfortunately. Let's keep listening. What if we did a color effect here? Shift add, or no, just add animation. Make the length of it really long. I don't know why this thing is expanded. It shouldn't be. Duration. Let's make that till the end of that, I guess. Let's make it group 13. Group 13 is these movers right here. Group 13. There we go. I guess we're going to have to add a macro here. Group 13 out at 0 sneak time 5 enter. Find a. Is 3 actually not taken? I have a hard time believing that. Macro 50, why not? Go ahead and make that. That's done. Okay. Let's put that over there. Okay, so that's marked now. When we have like the full-blown Alva animated lighting video and audio software, this is going to be like marking is a thing of the past. Marking doesn't even make sense anymore as a word. But for now, we still do have to think about marking since we don't have parameters tracked across the entire sequencer. So why is this up? Because it has that queue. I see. Okay, so let's actually make this a. Let's fire that. And now let's actually make that a queue. Live map says it's in Q2. So we're going to make this Q3. Record 3. Confirm. Alright, so now we should be able to have that. Why is that going up? Oh, because that's active strip. There we go. Now it's going where it should. Okay. We're going to keyframe that there. Now it's going to be at 100. I. Right there it's going to be at 50. I. Let's bring this thing in. I. GY. GY. I. GY. I. GY. It's actually really dark. But now we want to do color. So it starts out as hold on. Right there we want the color to be red, I think. I don't have I wish these lights, let's actually switch over to 17 because I don't want to deal with that. So go to Q out. Well, hold on. Yeah, that'll still work. Let's watch it now. Right there it needs a peak. Let's actually bring that up. This is stuff you definitely can't do with EOS by itself. Let's actually bring that over to the left a little bit because it's a little bit out of time. Then I, GY. And let's make that exactly 0 there. I. Good. Okay. So as far as keyframes for color, don't have any. Over here, we want it, let's use up and down arrows. This one I want it to be red. That's fantastic. I. Right there, let's make it white. I. Boom. Make it white. I. Make it red. I. Let's actually use recording. I don't really feel like doing that. Over here should be, hold on. That should be red. And then next, this should be white. Then this should be nothing, nothing. That should be keyframed. Then we should have red. That's already recorded. Now it should be white again. Now it should be red. And turn off recording now. We don't want to leave recording on for too long. Let's watch that. What are we doing right here? White. Let's actually get rid of that keyframe. I don't want that one. That's fine how it is. I actually A, only selected channels, only selected channels. Let's actually give it a bump down right there. See what that looks like. And grab this one. I actually like the good. Let's watch that one more time. And also get rid of that one and shift U there. Good. So we're going to take this one and we're going to record that. We're going to bake that over again with cue list 11, event list 11. This will take a couple minutes. There we go. I would imagine that it is going to get stuck again. I hope it doesn't, but it probably will. At least a Blender UI will, yeah. I guess it runs out of RAM or something. But yeah, so like that stuff right there, like the constant animation of color over time, you can't do that. Like nobody can do that. Like how are you going to do that? Nobody ever really, I don't think anybody thinks that it's valuable necessarily. at least not yet, because you can't do it. Like, nobody gets to do that, so nobody thinks about the possibilities you would have if it was this easy to do. Like, you know, animating color over time for stage lighting. That's not something you can do. It's not real. Like, if you wanted to do it, if you really wanted to do it, you could probably figure it out. I'm mostly talking about EOS here. I know it's probably easier with MA, but on EOS, you would never do this. It's impossible. And if you were to try to do it with conventional tools, like with cues, effects, like could you sit there in the effect editor in an absolute effect or in a step-based effect and eventually get it to look something like this curve over here? Yeah, you probably could if you spend enough time doing it, but you're not going to do it in like the 5 minutes it took me to do it just now. So because it would take you like an extraordinarily long amount of time to do it, you're not going to do it. Like, the only reason you would do it is if you had the tool that allows you to do it effortlessly, and that's what this tool is. So we are now recording timecode events, so we're pretty close to being done. Yeah, the longer the strip, the longer this process takes, but it's really not that bad. But yeah, once we get the bake animation to cues done, now we can just fire it with a macro, and all that data's on the board. Like all this graph editor stuff, all that's on the console now. Now the console doesn't know that it's using a graph editor, that it's like F-curve data. It's just cues, that it has a timecode event list firing. It's just a bunch of timecode events and a bunch of recorded cues. So yeah, it'll be all on the console so that you can go over to the console, press go to cue, whatever is in that enable cue number, enter, and it will start to play back this data. Do you need the enable cue to make it work? No, you can just fire the macro, but it's nice to also have a cue, especially for the people who haven't done this process themselves manually before. It can be a little bit strange and confusing trying to figure out how exactly you're supposed to get EOS using timecode in a real show. You know, getting it to work when you're just in design time is one thing, where you're at the board, you can just hit fire macro, whatever, or when you can just manually turn on the timecode clock. That's one thing. But to get it to work within the context of a production where you might not be at the board during the show, where someone else is going to be operating the board, where you have to make sure that it works really consistently, you really need these other tools like enable cue with macro, disable cue with macro. And that's what all this automation does. So we're going to create enable cue 57. I just pulled that out of thin air. Macro 57. So this enable cue number, that is you would say go to cue 57. I'll demonstrate this here in a bit. You would say go to cue 57, and just automatically that cue is programmed to execute macro 57. And the reason is filling in the timecode numbers there on this screen is so that the timecode, the actual timecode numbers in, hold on, record 157, record 158. You have to try that again because the cue does have to exist. But anyway, the timecode numbers that it's typing in right now are for the purpose of keeping the actual numbers consistent across the Blender sequencer, the Alva sequencer, and what's in there. So we're going to now do 58 and 58. And I just created cue 1/57, 1/58 on the console here so that it actually has a cue and doesn't yell at me. Yeah, so like this project here isn't necessarily the best Carol of the Bells light show, but it's just a demonstration of what you can do in a more design-oriented context.